First of all, let's just kind of start with some definitions. So there is premenopause, and premenopause is actually a woman in her childbearing years. So a premenopausal woman is a woman who's still having regular periods. And so premenopausal starts all the way, basically when you start having a period, you're premenopausal all the way until you're not. Okay. So that's premenopausal. So that's a younger woman who's having regular cycles. We kind of generally think about it, a woman in her childbearing years. Then there is the perimenopause, peri meaning around the menopause. And this is the one that can get a little tricky. They call this the no man's land. They call it the land of chaos because the hormones can be doing a lot of different things. They can be up and down, unpredictable, if you will. This is when the period may start to space out a bit. This is when you notice that you're starting to maybe not sleep as well, more anxiety, different things like that. Definitely in the perimenopause, when the hormones are starting to decline, you can start noticing that belly bulge around the middle. So let's talk a little bit about what is contributing to some of these things. So as your hormone levels are declining, particularly even the signals are changing from the brain, they become off. And so the signal to actually ovulate and have a regular period becomes disturbed. The other thing that's happening in the perimenopause, let's say for women who are having trouble sleeping, and I see a lot of women who are having trouble sleeping, progesterone is a hormone decline that is mostly responsible for the trouble sleeping. So progesterone is what I call the secret weapon hormone. For those of you who know me or you've heard me talk, I call it the secret weapon hormone for two reasons. One, it has a natural sedative effect, so it can help you sleep. And then secondly, it has a calming effect. So definitely if you're having issues with your mood, that is another thing that the progesterone can help with. And let's talk about age ranges. So perimenopause definitely is common in the 40s and 50s. And it's more common the further you get into the 40s and into the 50s. And just kind of give a little bit of a definition on the other side. So if perimenopause is around the menopause, as you're approaching the menopause is defined as a whole year without a period. And then once you hit menopause, you are immediately post-menopausal. So those are the definitions. There's a few things that are shifting that can make it harder to lose weight hormonally. So one thing is that estrogen and progesterone, estrogen is always higher than progesterone. But as you go through menopause, progesterone starts to decline a little bit faster. So you get more of an estrogen dominance effect. And estrogen dominance is actually fat storing. So that's one of the things that can be happening. The other thing that can be happening as far as weight gain is actually related to testosterone. And I think this is a major hormone that is often overlooked as it relates to perimenopause and menopause, as it relates even to your metabolism. And so what I'm trying to do when I'm helping people is what are the dials that I can turn in your favor as far as your hormones are concerned? And one of the dials we want to turn in your favor is related to testosterone. So a lot of people kind of mistakenly think that testosterone is only important for men, and that is not true. Women need testosterone as well. It's super important. Another thing people mistakenly think is that testosterone is only about sexual function, and that's not true either. So now it will help with libido for sure, but the non-sexual benefits of testosterone are very important as well. And that is energy, mental clarity, building muscle mass over time so that you can burn fat more efficiently.